Hello everybody, it's me, your friendly neighborhood capitalist, and it's time for The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. But first, I must tell you, the story thus far. Oh, and by the way, this video contains Minish Cap spoilers. You have been warned. Alright, so check this out. The first major event to occur after the Kingdom of Hyrule was established happened when darkness and evil beings engulfed the land again. So to help out the humans, this thing called a Picori, also known as a Minish, depends on who you're asking, brought a golden light and a sword to the people. With the sword, the hero of men was able to seal all that evil into a chest and brought peace to the land again. Oh, and by the way, that golden light was called the Light Force, a distant relative of the Triforce. It holds infinite power built from the essence of all living things. Isn't that majestic? Anyway, the royal family decided to watch over the sword, now dubbed the Picori Blade, and kept the land of the Picori, known as the Minish Realm, hidden in order to protect them. The legend of the Picori was passed down from generation to generation, and a festival in their honor is held every year. Fast forward to the 100th year of the festival. This dude by the name of Vaati entered the yearly sword fighting tournament that occurs at these festivals, and he wins easily. During the award ceremony, which is held in front of the chest sealed by the Picori Blade, Vaati breaks the blade and opens the chest in hopes of getting the Light Force, which he believed was sealed inside. Upon re-releasing all that evil across the land, he turns Princess Zelda into stone and goes to search for where the Light Force is. As it turns out, the broken Picori Blade, in addition to driving back the evil, is also the only thing that can turn Zelda back to normal. So the King of Hyrule enlists Link, an apprentice blacksmith and childhood friend of Zelda, to find the Minish in hopes of having them fix the broken blade. On his way to the woods where the Minish are said to live, Link meets a talking bird by the name of Ezlo. Well, not really a bird, more like a Minish sage who was cursed to this form by Vaati. Yeah, apparently Ezlo created the Minish Cap that allowed the wearer to have any wish of theirs granted, but he didn't keep close watch on it, so Vaati, who is Ezlo's apprentice, took the hat and wished to become a powerful sorcerer. Anyway, Ezlo is capable of shrinking Link to Minish size so that he can interact with the Minish and tags along with Link on his quest in hopes of reversing his own curse. After meeting with a Minish elder, Link learns that once the sword is prepared by a Minish blacksmith, he must travel across the land and bring the 4 elements scattered throughout to the elemental sanctuary to strengthen the sword. So Link and Ezlo make like Captain Planet and go searching for the earth, fire, water, and wind elements. Wait, what's that? Captain Planet also had the heart element? Well, Link collects heart containers in Zelda games, so those could symbolize Captain Planet's heart element. You know, does it have fire, earth, wind, and water? Maybe? Okay, yeah, that was a bit of a stretch, but you all get the point I'm trying to get across. Meanwhile, Vaati ends up taking control of the King of Hyrule and sends the kingdom's soldiers out to search for the Light Force. He also learns that when the 4 elements are gathered and placed in the elemental sanctuary, the path to the Light Force would be opened. Using his expert powers of deduction, aka just paying attention to what's going on around him, he soon figures out that Link is also searching for the elements. So, being the intelligent villain he is, he decides to let Link do most of the hard work and waits for an opportunity where he can steal the elements from him. That sly fox. Fast forward to after Link gathers all 4 elements, Link uses them to strengthen the Picori Blade in the elemental sanctuary, and the blade becomes the Force Sword. Not the best name. Anyway, a special ability of the Force Sword is that it allows the wielder to split himself into 4 identical copies. Keep this in mind, this will be important later on, namely in the next game. Also at this time, a door in the sanctuary opens, and beyond it, it is revealed that in addition to the royal family watching over the Picori Blade, they were also watching over the Light Force, by keeping it in each generation's Princess Zelda. Not the wisest decision of the royal family, just saying. Oh yeah, by the way, Vaati had followed Link inside and learned all this stuff too. Yeah, that's not good. Vaati quickly takes Zelda to the roof of Hyrule Castle and begins a ritual to extract the Light Force from her in order to transform himself into an all-powerful being. Acting fast, Link fights his way through Vaati's forces that have overtaken the castle, for if Vaati completes the ritual, Zelda would die. Link is able to prevent Vaati from completing the ritual, but he wasn't fast enough to stop him from extracting some of the Light Force. Using that bit of the Force, Vaati transforms and attempts to defeat Link, but Link ultimately uses the power of the Force Sword to defeat Vaati, frees Zelda from her stone prison, and breaks the curse on Ezlo. Yay! After the battle, Link and company find the Mage's Cap that Vaati had stolen way back when. Ezlo gives it to Zelda, and using the remaining life force inside her, and having a strong, pure heart, common trope in many a video game, she wishes for Hyrule to return to its original condition. After the darkness is lifted from Hyrule, the door to the Minish realm begins to close. Ezlo goes through to return to his rightful home, but before he does, he gives Link a green cap to remember him by. And that's where the legend of the hero of time wearing a green cap starts getting passed down. Despite this also having been a thing in Skyward Sword. Whatever. Video games! After all that went down, there was peace in Hyrule for a bit. During this time of peace, Vaati had reappeared with no memories of his past self. Possibly a byproduct of Zelda's wish? Maybe? Now equipped with the ability to control wind, he calls himself the Wind Mage, and goes on a rampage that culminates with him taking over the Palace of Winds. While inhabiting the palace, he begins to kidnap any young Hyrulean female that tickled his fancy. See here, kids? That is not how you go about getting a girlfriend, okay? You can't just go around kidnapping pretty girls. No, that's not good. Soon, a hero, who may or may not have been a direct descendant of Link from Minish Cap, appeared with the Four Sword. Using the sword, he was able to split himself into four, and with the combined power of all four heroes, Vaati was sealed in the Four Sword, and the sword itself was tucked away in the Elemental Sanctuary. For generations, the royal family of Hyrule watched over the Four Sword to ensure that it could not be stolen, or that someone may undo the seal, thus releasing Vaati. However, they were unaware that the seal on the sword was beginning to weaken over time. And that's when we get to the events of Four Swords.